Swiftsure is a classic sailing race in the Pacific Northwest, with several courses starting in Victoria, BC and heading out to various points on the Pacific coast and back again. With brisk conditions in the forecast, the 2023 edition will be remembered by the 120 participating teams as the year of broken records and broken boats. Here we are aboard the 10-meter Custom Trimaran Dragon, which destroyed the 78.7 nautical mile Juan de Fuca course record by nearly 3 hours, with a time of 7 hours, 37 minutes, and 58 seconds. There was so much breeze that the next 3 boats to finish also broke the previous record. But records weren't the only thing to break. Here we are, aboard the 8.2-meter F-82R Trimaran Unleaded, just before disaster struck in the building seas, just over halfway through the race. So we broke our rudder, and now we're steering back with a canoe paddle in the cassette. We got a jib up, main plate. If you listen carefully, you can hear the canoe paddle vibrating. This isn't the first time we've had to use emergency steering. A couple years back, we broke our rudder cassette near Race Rocks, and Andrew hand-steered with a canoe paddle while I constantly trimmed the jib and triple-reefed main to balance the boat. That was exhausting for Andrew, so afterwards, I drilled a couple of holes in the canoe paddle so it would mount in our cassette and reinforced the blade with glass and epoxy. This time, we're much further away, and there is much more wind and bigger waves, so hopefully the canoe paddle doesn't break before we get home. So far so good. We've sailed like this for about 25 nautical miles and are now within sight of the finish. We might just make it. We made it safely into Victoria Harbour, and we had to sail right over the finish line to get there, so we actually finished the race. And we were welcomed with a nice warm bowl of soup on the safety inspection dock by the welcoming committee. But on the course, the winds were continuing to build, making for miserable conditions for the boats still out on the water, like flying circus here. The Riptide 35 Terremoto was on pace not only to be the first monohull to finish, but also to break the Cape Flattery course record. But just after rounding Race Rocks, the windiest part of the course, they heard a large crack, and their mast came crashing down. Once they pulled their spinnaker out of the water, they noticed they were still doing 6 knots towards the finish line, so they jury-rigged a storm sail and carried on. Despite being slowed down by their broken mast, they remarkably not only won the 101.9 nautical mile Cape Flattery race, but they also broke the course record by just under 45 minutes, with a time of 12 hours, 7 minutes, and 55 seconds. These are just 3 of the 120 stories of this year's remarkable event, and there are many more. My big takeaway is how persistence, determination, and seamanship enabled multiple teams with broken boats to not only return to safety in challenging conditions, but to finish the race, and in the case of Terremoto, still break the course record. Remember to leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and watch this next video.